Hello everyone and welcome to the Magnum channel. This is going to be a video response to Shooting with Uncle Dan. He sent me a two-gun challenge, and that is the two guns to get yourself out of a zombie apocalypse. And Uncle Dan chose a Glock 19 and a Kel-Tec Sub 2000, and I'm laughing not because they're bad choices, they're actually decent choices. I'm not a big fan of a 9mm, he mentioned that. But it does work in a pinch. I guess I'm old school. I may be young, but I'm old school. Elmer Keith always said that the 9mm was never good enough for a duty gun. It was always a good hideout gun. And so what I have to say about that, Uncle Dan, is that you're going to need a good knife because you're going to be doing a lot of knifing. But you do want a good knife, so a good knife is something you need. This is a really nice one, but kind of an intermediate length blade, and something that you could preferably use for skinning, something like that. But let's be honest, we all know that when the zombie apocalypse comes, the first thing you're going to need is a good 12-gauge shotgun. So this is my first choice. This is a Mossberg 500, and the Mossberg 500 is a fantastic choice because it comes in so many configurations. You can configure it a bunch of different ways. Case in point, this is an 18.5-inch barrel on this Mossberg 500, but in like 2 seconds I can reach up here and unscrew it, and just like that the barrel comes off, and we can put on this big old 28-inch vent rib. Close it back up and you're ready for action. Now we've got a 28-inch vent rib barrel. It accepts all sorts of chokes. It's ported. I don't know if you guys can see that. It is ported to reduce the recoil, and so this would be fantastic. The Mossberg 500 would be a fantastic choice for all around hunting, zombie killing, self-protection, anything you want to do. And one of those reasons is that the 12-gauge shotgun can literally take any game. Yes, I said any game. You hear a lot of people tell you that you can only hunt most game with a 12-gauge or something like that, but I didn't happen to bring one down with me down here in the basement. But the Brenneke Black Magic Magnum, if I think of it, I'll put a link right up here. 10 Outdoors 9, I don't know how many guys know his channel, but he's retired from YouTube now. He no longer does videos, but he did a very thorough review of the Brenneke Black Magic Magnum. There's always, there's a host of other slugs as well that would work, but specifically that slug is one of the hottest slugs for a smoothbore shotgun. And if you guys haven't seen me do this, a lot of people think, as Uncle Dan mentioned in his video, that max range would be about 50 yards for his Shockwave, but this isn't the Shockwave. This is a full-size shotgun. And the Mossberg 500s come with this dual bead system, and if you haven't seen it, I've reviewed slugs before where I've hit gallon jugs of water at over 100 yards before. So for me, this makes an excellent weapon for hunting any sort of big game you want to hunt, and small game as well. You can hunt all sorts of small game. You better be making headshots with that 7.5, or there's not going to be a whole lot of meat left on small game. But so that pretty much self-explanatory. The 12-gauge shotgun, specifically the Mossberg 500, is extremely versatile. Different barrel lengths. They even make a 20-inch barrel that takes AccuChokes, so you could make a nice 20-inch barrel that you could use for zombie killing and for hunting all at once, which is pretty sweet. So that would definitely be my first choice. Triple-aught buck, slugs. There's just so much you can do with a 12-gauge shotgun. I mean, Alaskan Ballistics posted a video just like a day ago or something where he had a moose outside of his door, and he couldn't get out of his house because there was a moose right there. Hey, you know what? Some 3-inch Magnum triple-aught buck will fix that, and follow that up with a slug, and you're going to have a whole lot of meat, more meat than you know what to do with in your survival situation. So there you go. So that's hands down, that would be my first choice. There's no way I would leave home in a zombie apocalypse without my 12-gauge. Secondly, I'm going to explain why this isn't one of the choices. So this is a Ruger 10-22 rifle, and if I could have 3 guns, this one might make the list. I'm honestly not sure, but this would be a really sweet game getter and also high capacity. The nice thing about these 10-22s is you can get high capacity magazines for them, and .22 long rifle is, of course, the smallest and lightest ammunition on the market. And so if you were going to bug out and try to survive a zombie apocalypse, you can carry way more .22 long rifle on your person, certainly than you can 12 gauge, and you can actually carry a lot more .22 long rifle than you even can 9mm. So this would be a must. Headshots, you can take down just about anything. You know, I come from a ranching background. My family has been ranchers, and everybody had a .22 rifle on the ranch, and they put down cattle, they put down horses, they put down all sorts of things with a .22 rifle. So if you can make headshots, you can shoot all sorts of things with a .22 rifle. But in a 2-gun challenge, I guess, because we're talking zombies, I wouldn't pick this because, you know, .22 rifle against a zombie, that's just not a lot of firepower. So what I'd probably go with, which I don't happen to have tonight with me, is a Glock 21 or a Glock 41. Both models are 45 ACP. And the reason I would pick those is because the 45 ACP clearly has better stopping power than 9mm. Also, the Glock 21 or 41 holds 13 rounds of 45 ACP, so you have a lot of firepower and a handgun, and you can defend yourself, you could shoot some small game with it. And for those of you guys out there that are complaining that the 45 ACP is too slow, there is so much ammunition on the market that is considerably faster. This is the Magnum channel. I love hot ammo, and yeah, there's a lot of rounds out there for the 45 ACP that'll well clear over 1,000 feet per second, and you know, so anyway, it's a great zombie gun. It could be used for some game, and so that would be my second pick. I would have to say, if I had to have just 2 guns, and if you're bringing zombies into the equation, you know, you're going to have something with some punch to it, and that has 45 ACP all over it, high capacity 45 ACP. So those are my 2 guns. I would say, who am I going to pass this on to? There are a lot of fantastic gun channels I could pass this challenge to, but I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to Buffalo Outdoors. So it'd be interesting to see, Buffalo, what your 2 choices are for the zombie apocalypse. And anyway, everybody, thanks for watching. I hope you guys survive the zombie apocalypse, and I'll catch you later.